I have to say that this is one of the greatest honors of my life. I have longed to visit Baku, to visit Azerbaijan. Everywhere I work, everywhere Leoron goes, I echo what Tatiana said. The professionals in Azerbaijan, you don't know this, I need to tell you this. The level of your reputation is rising. The level of the talent that is identified in Azerbaijan in many different sectors is in the top 3 or 4 or 5 maximum, maybe even in the top 1 or 2 in terms of professionalism, in terms of growth, in terms of potential. And it is a true honor to be here. I've missed my opportunity for several years and now I'm finally here. So I'm grateful to be here. Thank you very much. I'm now going to introduce my style, if you like, by trying to say something funny about Russian, my bad Russian. Добрый день, мой по-русски очень плохо, очень. But I want to connect my experience of horrible HR, horrible Russian, to my experience as an HR professional. This is going to, I think it's funny, so you're going to have to laugh at the appropriate place, okay? Because anyway, 20 years ago, my wife is Ukrainian. She introduced me, before we were married, she introduced me to her father, Mikhail Romanovich. Здравствуйте, Mikhail Romanovich. And that's it. I know da and нет, that's all. My wife knows no English, my future wife knows no English at all. And so she takes me into the living room where Papa is sitting. Papa. Now, I'm telling this story. If my wife tells the story, it's different, but mine is better. Papa, David не понимаешь по-русски. Смотри телевизор. Is it? Don't. Da. So she goes to na kuchnia, to the kitchen. Papa talks to me. Ba, Russian, all Russian, ba. And I go, нет, da. Ba, da. 15 minutes later, my wife comes back in. Papa, David не понимаешь по-русски. Смотри телевизор, закрой рот, Papa. My wife says she never said that, but it's better when I tell this story. Иди сюда, go down, туда, go. David, ба. Нет, да. Ba. Da. And we talked for 1 hour. It was fantastic. And to this day, all of my wife's family believe I speak perfect Russian. But the thing I didn't know is that I promised him 3 things. I promised him a grandson, I promised him a new engine for his boat, and I promised him a Volvo car. So I gave him the grandson, I gave him the boat engine, but we're still waiting, 20 years later, we're still waiting for the car. He doesn't have a driver's license. So I talk about horrible Russian, but I also talk about horrible HR. HR is horrible because when I began to move into the HR business, and I was beginning in those days, we as HR professionals have our own vocabulary that confuses our organizations. OD, OE, HRMS, professional development programs, PDP. We have individual learning programs. We have competency frameworks. We have service level agreements, SLA. We have attrition rates. We have succession planning. We have talent management and the big umbrella of what that might mean. And our customers, the people in our organizations go, "Я не понимаю." What are you talking about? How does this affect me? How does this touch me? My job, my department, my future, my career. And the unique position we are in as HR professionals is that we have an incredible power and authority, really, an unofficial authority, but a real authority nonetheless, to shape the future, to help management to predict the future. Management is about predicting the future. We need metrics. We need market surveys. We need financial data. All of it allows us to look down the road and see what is coming. Does it look good? Does it look bad? And how does this impact the way we do business, the way we plan for the future? And HR management is about helping the company, the organization, to fulfill that dream, to fulfill that commitment through people. Now, there are many, many different organizations out there who have done surveys and questionnaires, and here's an example of some of them. Best place to work, employer of choice, investor in people. These are awards that organizations covet and desire to have on their shelf, on their wall, a plaque that says, we are the best in the business. We are good at what we do. And all of them want to be able to say that within my sector, within my industry, within our region, within this country, we stand out at the top. Now that's what we say. That's the dream, and that's the vision. That's the mission. And if you look at all of our websites, we all say amazing things like this. Our employees are our most valuable asset. We cannot achieve our future objectives without our people. I'm going to be a little bit offensive now and say, blah, 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 blah. Because so many times when you ask the people what is real, what is true, about how they feel invested in, how valuable they feel, about the contribution they can make to the organization's success, they will have a list of reasons why it's not true. We list our values so often in terms of what we believe about people, what we believe about customers. And in HR, we are the guardians, the champions, the gateway that can translate the great dream about investing in people as our top priority, as the way we achieve our business objectives, into reality that touches real lives. I will repeat this again later. I want to say it a little dramatically. If you're going to spend a third of your life at work, 8 hours approximately, if you're going to spend a third of your time sleeping each day, ideally, hopefully, if you're going to spend a third of your time, another 8 hours, doing something else, I would highly recommend that we put the right people in the right jobs, doing the right thing, because when we do that, we achieve so much more than business success. We touch whole communities, we touch families, we touch people. So it's a good idea as HR professionals that we help our companies put the right people in the right jobs, doing the right thing in the right way, with the right support. Because if they do, everybody wins. I know that when I am doing this kind of thing, when I go home, my family will say to me, Papa, Dad, please go away more often. Because when you come back, you're such a nice person to be with. Because you're doing the thing that you love. And it's so important as HR professionals that we can try to find a way to fill the gaps, to plug the holes, to put round pegs in round holes, so that people can feel fulfilled. They can go home at the end of the day and say, that was a good day. And their family is touched, the community is touched. And the organization, I believe, all organizations have a responsibility in this regard. Perhaps I should be preaching to chief executives today. I've been accused of raising high levels of frustration in HR professionals. Because every time we finish, the HR professionals that I work with say to me, I wish my boss had been here to hear that. So the best companies believe truly in investing in people as smart business. It's not just the right thing to do. It's not just a good thing to do. It's smart business. The best companies also understand that taking care of investing in people is good for individuals, families, and communities. The best companies have learned to give back to the communities that they live in and work in. The best companies understand that customer-focused, customer-driven HR service is a priority. If we want to achieve success, we have to do it through our people. Caring about people, communities, and country first. If a company will put that as their top mission statement, you've won. If they translate it into action, we've even won more. Put people first, put them ahead of profit. You can still make a profit. In actual fact, the best companies in the world make the best profit, reinvest the most in communities because they put people first. Seeing growth, wealth, development, and transformation through people. The companies that see that understand that the economy ultimately depends on that as a priority. And we're part of that mission. We're part of that mandate, that vision, which we'll see more in a moment. Reinvesting in continuous company development is a priority. This is the ultimate customer mindset. Not only the way we see the community as our customers, but the way as HR professionals, the way we see the people we serve in the business. Why am I telling you this? Well, I've already begun to tell you it. I'll tell it again. I want to illustrate the truth that we as HR professionals can be leaders of transformation. I really believe that. We can transform lives. If we have somebody under our care, if we believe that it's important that they succeed in their work, if we care about them as people, if we place them as in the highest level, give them value, worth, integrity, respect, then as HR professionals, we can transform lives. We have this mission. We can impact organizations for growth and for good. We can touch whole communities. Here's our mission and mandate. Build up people. Develop people. Help people find their role and where they fit. We'll talk more about that in a moment. Create a culture of engagement and empowerment. These are, again, blah, blah, blah words to many people in the business. Well, we want to commit to the engagement of our people, to the empowerment of our people. We're going to create a list in a little while as in groups that helps us to identify what those priorities look like, what that empowerment and engagement really looks like for Azerbaijan today. Our job, our mission, our mandate is to transform people, to transform an organization, transform a community, and transform a country. I'm sorry if that sounds like we're doing Mission Impossible, but I truly believe that HR professionals hold the key to helping organizations thrive, grow, become successful through their people, and then everyone wins. What you see depends on how you view the world. To most people, this is just dirt, it's just soil. But to a farmer, it's potential. And I've asked myself the question before, are we in the agriculture business? We have to provide the right soil and get the right plants in the right soil, with the right sunlight, with the right care and nurturing, the right water and fertilizer, the right protection from harm, right pruning, cutting, and trimming, the right selection of the best seeds for replanting. That's our job. And it's an exciting role because if you're going to spend a third of your life in work, you probably ought to thrive, grow, learn, improve, develop. And that's our goal and our mission and our mandate. I have a quotation. It's my quotation. I'll give it to you free of charge. You can read it in my book, which is available for $19.95 out in the... No, I'm joking. But here's my quotation. Sustained transformation, continuous improvement, and economic growth can only happen when HR, us, are given the mandate to spend more time and energy and money cultivating flowers and less time and money pulling weeds. Now that's not very profound. Oh, and killing insects as well. I added killing the bugs also. We spend so much time, it seems, picking up the pieces of ineffective management. And it's not a criticism of management, it just means we're sometimes so much in the system, so much in the structure, so much in the bureaucracy that we lose our focus on what is important. I'll share a quick story. I was working with the world's largest producer of a particular product, European owned, but I was working with the American organization. They had at the time 37% turnover rate among supervisors, middle managers, and directors. 37% every year were leaving the company. This was a company with 68,000 people in 130 countries. And in the American and Canadian operation, there were 5,000 people, and they were losing in that operation 37% of their best. So I was asked to come in and say, because they believed that training was going to fix it. So I did an employee engagement survey, and I collected data from all of the relevant people. And I discovered after a month of engagement survey that 75% of all of their senior people had active resumes, had active CVs, were looking for other jobs. And so the pressure was on me to develop a program that would unite these people, give these people and get them engaged and committed. The emphasis was on, so I placed the emphasis on career pathing, investing in people, the development of this key group of personnel. And when they had just announced and launched a new set of values for the company. We believe our people are our most valuable asset, and we believe that the future of the company depends on investing in our people's success, blah, 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 blah. And so I built a program, a leadership and management development program for all of this group, for the entire population of supervisors up to the president. And it was built on the new values that they had articulated in their website. And we were going to orientate everyone and share with them that the company is changing direction. We're going down a new path. We're going to take people seriously and help them to believe that they have a future in this company. When I shared the new program with the vice president, she loved it. Fantastic. That's exactly what we need. I'm excited. I'm pumped. Shared it with the president, European guy. And he said to me, I'm absolutely telling you the truth, I hate this American warm, good feeling stuff. I hate the idea that they want work-life balance, that they want to have a family life on the weekend. I hate the idea that they want to feel good about their job. Here's what you're going to do, David. You're going to run these programs, and you're going to tell everyone, there's your job profile, there's your job description, there's your task list, there's your performance objectives, and if you don't do them, you're fired. I had to say, dear sir, you're going to have to find another messenger. I can't say that to these people. And then I left. That contract was finished. And within 6 months, 37% went to 49% departure. The reputation was through I'm going to say the toilet, but I won't say the toilet. I'm going to say that people did not want to join that company because they heard that there's no care for family, there's no interest in training, and it's only about making this product and complete obsession about the company, only the company. And so, we as HR professionals, I'd like to say, we are given the chance, and if we have the heart to do our jobs correctly, we can transform the world. I believe it. We can but don't try to boil the ocean. Don't try to boil the ocean. We want to change the whole company. We want to change the senior management team. We want to change our boss. No. Start with you. Start with me. Start with a teacup. Start with one small thing, one or two items within my sphere of influence, incremental change. Let me do something different today that I wasn't doing before. Let me keep a promise to a manager or to someone who is involved in perhaps an employee relations issue, someone that needs my help. Let me do one small thing different today. Consistent action with reinforcement. Keep my promises. Ask for feedback. Make some improvement. Be part of a team you trust. Let others taste only a sip of the new quality of customer service in your heart and in your actions. HR professionals, we need to ask some of the right questions. Don't look at the culture. Look at the culture, not at the rhetoric, not at what's on the website. Look at the results, not the comments about potential. We have a group of people, we have a wide group of people that are represented in our organizations. We have the old, the young, the new, the people with dreams and visions, the Generation Y and the new generation, whatever we're going to call them now, have expectations and desires and hopes about their careers. The Western statistics are horrible at the moment. Still, this is the West. More than 30% believe they will be working for another company within 12 months. More than 40% do not respect the person they directly report to. 50% say they have different values from their employer. 60% do not feel their career goals are aligned with the plans their employer has for them. More than 70% don't feel appreciated. Now, I don't know about Azerbaijan, but I know there's a pace of change. I know things are happening here. I know we have a group of super top-notch professionals that are looking for careers, direction, and want a path that takes them into success. But if you don't have these issues soon, now you'll have them soon. It's a challenge facing us as HR professionals. Now, I want to be conscious of my time. Thank you. Thank you. There's lots of surveys out there. I mentioned them before. And Forbes and Gallup and Fortune and Watson, can't remember the full name, Best Place to Work, Employer of Choice, Investors in People, all of them have come up with some descriptions about what makes a great organization. Why do people stay longer, give more, are committed to a company? And the classic phrase that keeps coming up, and there's training courses and books on this, the basic premise is this, that good employees don't leave the company, they leave their managers. And we as HR professionals are in a horrible position because we have to hear the complaint and the concerns and the desires and the frustrations of employees, and at the same time we know there's a manager that needs to be trained and developed and become better at what he does, to become a better coach, a mentor, to give better feedback, to be a better delegator. So we're caught in the middle, knowing full well that people are going to leave 9 times out of 10 because it's frustration with their boss. But let's deal with this, and then when we're done with this section, we're going to do something together. Those organizations I've mentioned before have compiled studies, and they've come up with the 10 or the 5 or 10 or 15 reasons why people leave. It's a very negative statement. But some of them, like the Corporate Leadership Council, for example, the Investors in People group, and Employer of Choice, they've come up with the top 10 or 11 reasons why employees feel engaged, why they feel motivated and are more productive, and why they stay longer. Back to the company I mentioned in America, the cost of replacing that first 37% of the top people, the best that they had, was $3.3 million per year. That was in recruitment costs alone. Forget about the fact, or don't forget about the fact that you have low productivity when people first arrive. You have issues of morale, which you can't measure in dollars and cents or in financial terms. The impact is greater, far greater than $3.3 million. And so we want people to to stay in the organization, be more productive, more committed. And this is the top 10 or 11 reasons. I've summarized all of the surveys in this way. The goal is engagement. The goal for us as HR and for any organization is increased morale, high levels of motivation, discretionary effort, people choosing to do more because they want to do more. People wanting to be creative and innovative because the company welcomes innovation and creativity. Improved retention, bench strength. Now, if you're talking in sporting terms, we have our main team out on the pitch, out on the field. We have the bench. We have the people waiting, the first, second team, and third team. We want to make sure we have people waiting to take over, that are being developed, being trained, nurtured, and prepared to take on higher levels of responsibility as people leave or as the company grows. We need to increase our bench strength. And so the importance that has been placed, and I'm going to start from number 10 and go to number 1, and then we'll finish this section. Number 10. Can you see that? It's a little small. I'll tell you what it says so you know. Job satisfaction. Simple. I like what I do. I like it. It's what I'm trained to do. It's what I love to do. I enjoy just doing my job. Family sensitivity. The company actually cares about my family. Work is not life. And so when there's the need to have a break, when there's a need for the extra understanding, when there's a family crisis, or when the company understands that the pressures are great on a family, you feel it, you're aware of it, that the company believes and cares that my family is important too. Number 8, team cooperation and collaboration. I like the people I work with. I like going to work because of the people that I work with. And that's important. That was number 8 on importance list. Number 7, health and safety. It's a safe place to work. I don't feel at risk. I don't feel that I'm being compromised in terms of maybe asked to take risks. It's a clean environment. It's a healthy environment. Pay and benefits. Now this is a surprise. In terms of money and the extras, that like insurance and other compensation and benefits factors, it was number 6 at the time of the survey. And we'll have comments later on that one. Equal opportunity and fair treatment. If I do a great job, if I make a contribution, I am treated fairly. And there's equal opportunity for me, whether I'm a man or a woman, or whether or not I am known by somebody in the company or not, whether I'm a family connection or not, everyone gets fair treatment. That's very important. Communication. Access to the right people and all kinds of different levels, types of communication. It's not just the door is open. It's not just a friendly email. It's face-to-face. It's follow-up. It's open channels of sharing with important people. Number 3, performance appraisal or performance and appraisal integrity. One of the most hated parts of any manager's job is doing performance appraisals. It's in the top of the list. They hate doing them. I don't want to do this evaluation because I'm going to be asked to say something negative. Actually, I was asked, I apologize, I'm going to go off script for a moment. I was asked to develop a course, and they told me what the title was. What does this tell you when I tell you the title? How to give a performance evaluation, how to have a performance evaluation conversation and deal with negative emotional reaction. When I asked why they would make that the title, it was because we had 6 managers last year that got hit in the face by the person, and 1 person threatened to kill a guy. And so the idea that it's fair, transparent, consistent, and that it actually means something is an incredible part of the satisfaction that people are seeking. Number 2, good manager, immediate manager relationship. People do not leave organizations, they leave managers. But it's more than that I feel that I can trust this person, that this person trusts me, and that I want to feel loyal because they have earned my respect and my loyalty. Number 1, anyone want to shout out number 1? Sorry? There you go. Training, development, career support, and pathing. The idea that they're investing in me, I believe I have a future here, and they're showing me that I have a future with this organization because they're putting money and time into my development. There was a statement that I've read many times, or we've probably all seen. A chief financial officer said to the chief executive, "This is really important, sir. What happens if we invest all of this money in training and then they leave?" And the chief executive said, "It's worse if we don't invest in them and they stay." And so it's really critical that people know that that there is a plan for their career. Interesting, when this survey was redone about 4 years ago, this was the number 2.5. The idea that I know where I fit, I know where my contribution, how it makes an impact on the organization, I can see that I contribute to the bigger picture, but I know that I belong, and I'm respected, and I'm affirmed, and I'm recognized. And so, okay. What we're going to do in a moment. Oh, sorry, I got to let the slide complete because then I put some time into this. I wanted it to be effective. There you go. So people feel valued, they feel supported, they feel involved. That's part of our mandate. That's part of our mission. If we can help people to become empowered, feel like they have a place where they belong, where there's respect, recognition, support, where there's open channels of communication, where they believe and know that their colleagues are with them and it's a good place to work. Isn't that what we all want? Isn't that what we all desire? Isn't that the message that our chief executives and our presidents and our top management need to hear? Interesting thing is that there's so many things on this list that we as HR professionals can do. Small things, little things. And if we do it consistently and repeat it and follow up with it, we can change the entire culture of the organization. It's a wonderful responsibility and it's a terrifying responsibility. But I'm just proud and very happy to know that here in Azerbaijan, as I said at the beginning, your reputation is already up there, because I believe this is a room full of top HR professionals that really care about this.